Linguaphile is presenting the storytelling session. Some exciting tips to be shared. Okay. So the most important thing, that is the components of story narration. While you people are planning to speak any story, you should be very, very well acquainted with what are the basic parts of a story narration. एक स्टोरी नरेशन के क्या पार्ट्स होते हैं, क्या कंपोनेंट्स होते हैं, तो इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, टू मास्टर दिस आर्ट. Number one, please, I would like all of you to focus to the left side of the column. That is the narration one. किसी भी story narration के अंदर दो parts होते हैं. One is a narration, one is a dialogue. So the first one is the narration part. It is the overall speaking style of telling a story. Just like whenever you people listen to any story, it is the common tone. जब भी हम एक story को सुनाते हैं या सुनते हैं, so throughout the story, one common speaking style is there. Now suppose I am a person and you people are in my class. You all are my participants. Now what I'm doing? Suppose I just come in the class and I say, okay, students, so today we are going to have a wonderful storytelling narration session. So I start with my lines. Once there was a simple man. He was not so rich. He was very, very virtuous man. He had a small family. Now see, I have spoken here 2 to 3 to 4 lines. I am actually acting as a narrator. मैं अपनी बात नहीं सुना रही हूँ, मैं आपको अपनी story नहीं सुना रही हूँ. Here I am telling you about the character of a person. उसकी कहानी मैं आपको सुना रही हूँ. So here I am actually doing the narration. I am the narrator of the story, right? So whenever we are telling the story, so the speaking style of the story is called the narration part. उसको हम narration बोलते हैं. Next point, the narration style goes throughout the story, right from the starting to the ending. यही style we have to maintain. So generally I told you that the story, how it starts, how it ends. And always narration is done in third person. Narration को हम हमेशा third person में करते हैं. इसमें हम he use करते हैं. Third person pronouns को हम लोग use करते हैं. For example, at the bottom you can see one example I have just penned down for you people. Father scolded his son as he never did any work and he always wasted money and time. तो यहाँ पे मैं एक बात बता रही हूँ कि फादर अपने बच्चे को उसने डांटा कि वो हमेशा टाइम वेस्ट करता था. So here I'm using past tense, right? Just to narrate the events. Now, all of you, I would require your attention to the right side of the slide. That is the dialogue part. This is actually a part covering in the narration style. When we are narrating a story, so dialogue is a small portion of that. That is actually spoken by the real characters of the story. And the dialogues are always written in double quotes. That I have shown again on the slide. Dialogues को हमेशा आपको याद रखना है. It's a very, very important grammar tip that it is always written within the double quotes, right? Dialogues are actually spoken by the characters of the story, not by the narrator. And this is the direct conversation going on. जब हम dialogues की बात करते हैं, तो मतलब direct conversation story के अंदर चल रहा है. That is to bring you to the actual tone of the story, to just connect the speakers, the listeners, the audience with that of the story. For example, at the bottom you can see, father said, double quotes मैंने start किया है उसमें कि father ने exactly क्या statement बोला. You need to realize the value of time and money. Now he is making a direct conversation with the son कि आपको पैसे की और टाइम की वैल्यू को रियलाइज करना जरूरी है. So now I would like to move to the next slide. So components I have discussed here. Now I would like to elaborate more on the narration part, the first part, which is the overall texture of the storytelling. Now, first feature, as you can see, generally whenever we people are narrating any story, it is always told and narrated in simple past tense. Story को हम हमेशा past tense के अंदर narrate करते हैं. Equation also I have given. that is subject, second form of verb and object. One example I have framed for you, that is, the farmer went to his farm. यहाँ पे हमने go नहीं लगाया, go is the first form. यहाँ पे हमने gone नहीं लगाया, gone is the third form. Here we are actually using second form, that is went. Story को हमेशा, I repeat this point again, we always prefer to narrate the story in simple past tense. Now the single tense flow is there. Second point, story को आप हमेशा एक simple, एक ही monotonous, consistent tense में flow होता है, आपको उसी में उसको narrate करना होता है. It is an easy level. No tenses are changed here. इसमें हम tenses को change नहीं करते हैं, and it is a basic level and it is good for the beginners. Now next I would like to elaborate more on the dialogue part. Now please focus on the features of the dialogue. Dialogue are always written in double quotes that already have covered in my previous slide. Just like the statement you can see here, the farmer said, double quote is starting here, I have to work really hard. Now, this is the direct statement made by the actual character of the story. Next feature, इसमें there are mixed tenses. इसमें आप simple एक flat tense में नहीं बोलते हैं. Whenever you people are covering the dialogues, that is a mixture of all the tenses, whichever is the need of the story and the dialogue. Tenses are changing here. यहाँ पे tenses change होते हैं. Complex level होता है, थोड़ा सा next level होता है. Fluency level के लिए it is appropriate and it is good for the middle level students. Okay, now let us start with the class activities. So I discussed two contents with you, that is two components. First was the narration and second was a dialogue. Now we are going to do interesting exercise here, that on the slide you can see that I'm going to just read it out for you. In the picture you can see just to the right side, his son would spend money carelessly and never help around the house. This is the narration part, right? Now just see the sample. to the left side, I have converted the same narration into the dialogue form. The boy says, "Wow, I am blessed to be born in a wealthy family. I do not have to worry about spending money lavishly. What is the need to work?" Now the boy is talking in his own. He is talking to himself in a monologue style. So this is a dialogue. So you need to note down three things here. Whenever you're speaking a dialogue, maintain the voice modulation. That is extremely important. You need to maintain the voice modulation. Now, suppose if I just read it flat, now I'm going to present two sample readings before you. Just see very carefully. Number one, "Wow, I am blessed to be born in a wealthy family. I do not have to worry about spending money lavishly. What is the need to work?" It is flat. Nobody is going to like me saying like this. Now, the second reading sample, I am going to speak like this. "Wow, I am blessed to be born in a wealthy family. I do not have to worry about spending money lavishly. What is the need to work?" So this is what I mean to say, as I showed you just the two voice samples. Whenever you are speaking any dialogue or narration, specifically I'm here talking about the dialogue, there should be proper, appropriate voice modulation, right? Okay. The next point is always vary your voice pitch. Your voice should never be the same. And always proper facial expressions should be there, right? So the next slide. Now, this is reverse. What we have done just in the previous slide. This is just the reverse. I have shown you the reverse part also. Let me tell you how. Now I am having in the picture, you can see to the right side of the slide, we are having some dialogues that is going between the two characters of the story, that is the father and the son. "From today onward, you will only be given meals at night." So this is the dialogue said by the father to the son. Now again, look to the left side, how I have changed this particular dialogue to the narration part. अब मैं इसको चेंज कर रही हूँ डायलॉग से नरेशन की तरफ. So please look at the top left. "Father told his son that he would get his daytime meals. Rather, he would be getting only the nighttime meal." So this is what the father meant. तो हमने इसको नरेटिव स्टाइल में सुनाया, राइट? इसमें हमने कुछ बहुत सारे मिक्स टेंस यूज नहीं किए, डबल कोट्स यूज नहीं किया. हमने सीधा एक फ्लैट सिंपल पास्ट टेंस के अंदर इवेंट्स को ऑर्गेनाइज करके बताया कि फादर ने बेटे से क्या कहा. दैट्स इट. Now again the note, again I already explained to you proper voice modulation, voice pitch should be varied, and the simple past tense flow, right? Okay. Now the next one is converting dialogue to narration. Now here to the right side of the slide, you can see in the picture, in the story, there was a shopkeeper, a lady shopkeeper, right? This is the same lady shopkeeper you can see on the picture. Now she is saying, "If you carry this heavy trunk to my home, I will pay you 3 silver coins." Now you are clearly seeing that the dialogue spoken by the character of the story is mentioned in double quotes. Now look at to the left side of the slide. Here I have converted the same dialogue into the narrative part, again in the past tense, in the same consistent flow. "The lady gave the little boy a petty task of carrying a heavy trunk to her home." And the second dialogue, she offered to pay him 3 silver coins if he would shift her heavy trunk. So again, all the three things which I have already explained: proper simple past tense, voice modulation, and the voice pitch. Okay. Now the next one is converting the narration to the dialogue. Again, one more slide I'm showing you how to convert the narration to the dialogue. Here the upper picture is about the same lady shopkeeper. Now she is, ये direct dialogue नहीं है, ये narration है जो narrator हमें सुना रहा है, right? But he felt very accomplished, having earned 3 silver coins all by himself. Now this is from the perspective of the boy. This is that particular incident when in the story, the boy actually realized the value of the money and he earned 3 silver coins by working for the shopkeeper. So here I have framed the dialogue. Just look at the top, number 1 point. The boy says, "It is really an amazing feeling. I have truly realized what it takes to earn money through so much of hard work." I'm so happy to earn this hard-earned money all by my sweat. Okay, so it's all about. Now, I would like all of you, I'm just going to finish this. Thank you so much.